Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 70-73 Carryover League. We're going to take a look at the first round tournament results, let you know what happened, and give you a preview what to expect in round two. Going back to the overall format of the league, we play a three-round tournament, and the first round, teams have 7 games to make distinctions between first and second place and third and fourth place. We'll just take it down division, starting with the American League East. Baltimore was playing the Red Sox in a best of 7 to see who would be in first place, and the Red Sox beat them badly, 4-1, so they're going to be in first with a record of 19-13. Baltimore 17-18. Cleveland was the biggest gainer in this round, needing to take 5 out of 7 for the Tigers to get into first. They did 5 out of 6. And Game 7 wasn't even necessary. So Cleveland is 21-16, the Tigers 18-15. Twins and White Sox, really interesting. These two teams just love playing baseball against each other. They've played 14 consecutive games against each other before and after the All-Star break. Before this all started, the White Sox were 2 games behind the Twins, and now they're tied. Both a game over 500, but the White Sox had the tiebreaker. They were in first place. Seattle and Oakland, it was a really tough break for Seattle. They played Oakland so well before the break, beating them 4 out of 6 times, but Oakland got their revenge and wiped out the Mariners 3 straight, which put Oakland at 20-12 in first and actually knocked Seattle all the way into the basement at 14-18. National League East, Marlins came into a series against the highly regarded Mets 5.5 games behind, and the Mets weren't going to have any business with that. They were just going to wipe them out 2 straight so as not to give them any momentum. And that puts the Mets with the best record in baseball, 22-8. Marlins a game under 500. Reds drew the Cardinals as the second place team, as the Cardinals swept the Pirates for the All-Star break to get into second place. And the Cardinals, well, they played the Reds tough. They split 4 games with the Reds, which meant that the Reds got to hold on to first place at 21-10, Cardinals at 500. Speaking of the splitting, Colorado-Vegas, same scenario. Vegas was in first. 6 games were split, so Vegas stayed in first. 20-16, Colorado game over 500. And the Dodgers have this Houston Astro team breathing down their neck before and after the All-Star break. Astros took 4 out of 5 against the Dodgers. They played again. Astros took 4 of 7 against the Dodgers. So the lead has shrunk to a game and a half. Dodgers are 20-14. And when we look at the overall standings, starting the American League at the top here, we see that Boston is up here, 19-13. The Blue Jays dumped the Yankees to move into second place, which is the surprising part of the tournament thus far. Indians and Tigers are both in pretty decent position right now to hold on to a divisional wild card in either order. Not much out of the bottom there. White Sox finally get a first place seed for the moment. I could see this thing keep going back and forth. I could see the Twins taking over first in the second round, the White Sox coming back in the third round, playing each other, maybe playing again in the playoffs. One is a wild card, one is a division winner. And the A's have finally taken command of the American League West. National League East, Mets are running away with things, and they're trying to do something that's very hard to do, which is win everything, win every series along the way without going into a little slump. If they get into a little slump at this point of the season, it's over. They're out. You want to get into slumps during the regular season, not in the playoffs. But the Mets have run the table thus far. Braves licked their wounds a little bit and got back to 500. You see the Reds are sitting at 2 with a slight opportunity to get back to 1 if the Mets falter. And the Cardinals still have a slight edge over the Pirates in second and third place. Not much change in this division, the Mountain Division. Though, for 4 expansion teams, they collectively play a couple games over 500, which is good to see. And there's the Dodgers. They were once playing 700 baseball. Then the Astros showed up on their schedule and closed that gap. Giants are still alive at 500. We look at the those eliminations we talked about. Toronto and the Yankees. The Yankees had to beat Toronto 5 out of 7 times, and Toronto said, "No way, you got to be kidding me. You're a dysfunctional mess, Yankees." And Toronto took three out of 4 to go a couple games over 500, and they are in really good position in the American League to steal a wild card spot. The Toronto Blue Jays, they have no business being near 500, let alone having a winning record. Ohio players and the Expos played a very lackluster series in which the team split 6 games. And yeah, the Expos are eliminated now. Ohio to follow soon. Milwaukee, Kansas City, and the Royals, this was a best of 7, and the Brewers drilled them 4-1. And I would never have guessed Kansas City would have had the worst record in the American League. And this is one of the teams I was jumping on the bandwagon for. I really liked how Kansas City put their team together before George Brett arrives. They just had a bad year. It's a terrible year for the Royals. But next year they'll probably get Brett on the team and they'll probably rebound. California, Texas. Texas won the series by losing the series. They only needed 3 wins. And they won 3 and lost 4 against the Angels. Both teams have losing records in a very watered-down American League. It's not very good this year. The Braves and Phillies. The Braves lost an opportunity to pick up any ground. They flatlined at 500, splitting 4 games with the Phils, so they are stuck at 500. But they can still make a play for the playoff spot. Pittsburgh, in a best of 7 against the Cubs, really wanted to wipe them out. A sweep of 4-1. They had to settle for a 4-2. The Cubs put up a resistance there. Pirates, though, a game under 500 for a World Series caliber team in 71 and the best record in the National League in 72. They are not playing like it at all. This is also a stunning result. The Pittsburgh result and the Toronto result. They're very, very stunning in this short sample we play. In the longest tournament round, Portland, Arizona had to slug it out for 8 games. A tiebreaker was involved. Portland needed to win 5 out of 8. As 4 out of 7 was not going to be good enough, and Arizona managed to hold them off to an 8-game split, keeping them at 500, while Portland gets eliminated. And the Giants, with the Padres, odds stacked against them, needing to win 6 out of 7. The Padres thought they would put a flamethrower to the Giants' season by beating them 3 out of 5 times. So the Giants advance by falling another half game back of the other teams, down to 500. So when we look at the whole picture again, seeding wise, Oakland in the American League, because they play this easy schedule, get that #1 seed, and that's sort of kind of what we thought when we projected them to be their World Series pick for the American League this year. The Red Sox are currently sitting at #2 because they swooped all over the Orioles and moved up there. Indians took the Tigers spot from 3, while the Tigers got the wild card spot tentatively. And the White Sox are just a game over 500, currently sitting with a 4. This could go 4, 5, or 6 with these two teams. Who knows? So the Tigers are alive, and the Blue Jays are sitting at 2 games over 500 with a wild card team, which is ridiculous. But we still have 2 more rounds of the tournament. How long can Cinderella stay Cinderella? Can they still play 11:30 baseball for another? It's not midnight yet. They got to pretend it's 11:30 and get the games done quickly. So, and there's your Mets, the National League with the 1, 7:33 ball. The Reds at 2. These are the class of the National League right here, 1 and 2. Dodgers were at 1 for a little bit, and then they slumped. You got an expansion team here. Here's an interesting story. Normally the expansion division, this Mountain Time Zone, only sends 1 team to the playoffs because this is the worst division in baseball. The Rockies and Las Vegas are going to try and send 2 teams. That's really going to send ripples for the National League because that means there's only 1 wild card spot left. Currently in the hands of the Astros, 3 over 500. But you got a really nice Giants team at 500, along with another Mountain team, Diamondbacks at 500. The Cardinals are there, Pirates a game under, Braves at 500, Marlins a game under. So you see, it's a wild scramble, and people, the National League traditional teams, have to hope that Vegas and Colorado go into a slump. So what is the next round of the tournament? They're about to play the second round. We have first, second, and third place teams along 8 divisions. So what we do is, the first thing we do is we have our top seeds play. This is not for elimination. This is just for seeding purposes. The teams with best records get home field. Each region has a team with home field. So from the East, it's the Mets. From the North, the Reds. And in the American League, from the Midwest, it's the White Sox. And from the far West, it's Oakland. This year's format is that the Easts play the Wests, and the middle divisions play each other. And the way that is determined is the division you did not play in the regular season is the division you play in this round of the tournament. So, for instance, Boston is playing Oakland because in the regular season, Boston played out of their division against teams from the North, like Detroit, and teams from the Midwest, like the Twins. That's the kind of teams that Boston would have played. So now Easts play Wests, and the 2 middle divisions play against each other. This is just to get a lock on what the overall seeding will be, 1, 2, 3, and 4 amongst division leaders at the time. You see most of this one, Boston and Oakland is a nice best of 5, as the Red Sox are just a single game behind Oakland. So a best of 5 could determine the number 1 seed of the American League between those 2 squads. The White Sox get home field because the 3rd division in the National League, or I should say the North Division in the National League, was Cincinnati, which means Cleveland has to be away against the White Sox. The White Sox are 2 games behind Cleveland in the overall standings, so a best of 5 won't quite do. They need to win 4 out of 5. And the White Sox are sitting at a number 4 seed anyway, so even if they don't win that series, they'll probably be stuck at a 4 seed, or the Twins will be, and then the White Sox and Twins will flip again. The point is, you just have to keep playing good baseball in this tournament. Anytime you slip up, it might mean you don't get to go to the playoffs. National League looks like a couple snoozers here. The Dodgers are 4 games. That's 14 minus 6 is 8, divided in half is 4. 4 games behind the Mets. They have to win 5. All 5 of them. Good luck with that. Vegas, 4 minus 11 is 7. 3.5 back of Cincinnati. They could win 4 out of 5 to force a tie-breaking game 6 and then win that one. So Vegas needs to win 5 out of 6 against Cincinnati. This is why I was saying it looks like the Mets and Reds are going to be 1 and 2. Now while this is happening, or after this is happening, then we get to eliminate 8 more teams. So the 3rd place teams are away. Second place teams have home field advantage, and this is East, North, Midwest, and West in the American League, and East, North, Mountain Time, and West in the National League. And again, going from the East and West play each other, and the middle divisions play each other. The 3rd place Angels play the 2nd place Blue Jays, and the calculus is that the Angels need to win 4 out of 5. I mean, Toronto seems like royalty at this point. The Angels need to win 4 out of 5 to get those pesky Blue Jays eliminated, and that's not a good odds. That's not a good, I wouldn't want to bet on the Angels. Let's put it that way. Brewers, Tigers. Brewers, you need to take 4 out of 5 against Detroit. That's going to be tough. Ohio players and Twins. Ohio players, if they win the best of 5, they get a tiebreaker. They need to win that one, so it's 4 to 2. I don't like any of these odds. I would take Toronto, Detroit, and Minnesota if I was betting on the favorite. I'm not going to take any of these dogs here. Baltimore and Texas in a best of 5. The Orioles are a half game behind. Both teams are under 500. I'd probably take the Orioles as the first underdog. They shouldn't be, but they play that way. National League, Giants, Braves. Wow. These are playoff caliber teams from a year ago. It's a shame they're meeting now for elimination. But you have Giants, Braves at 500, along with Diamondbacks, Cardinals at 500. And then your Pirates were very fortunate to close all the way to a game under and face the Rockies a game over, because it means that a best of 5, the Pirates would win that by tying Colorado, and of course winning the series is the tiebreaker. So Pittsburgh can get to 500 or better against the Rockies. Astros seem pretty safe in this National League, do they not? They have 3 above. Florida is a game below, which means the Florida needs a 4-1. Yeah, the wrong thing there. Florida needs a 4-1 in that one. As you see, they are already 2 back. 3 games to 2 will not cut it, so they need to go 4-1. And that is a preview of the tournament. And when the tournament starts, we'll begin by doing the first place friendlies, I call them. That nobody gets eliminated when the first place teams meet. They're just playing some games to get the bye. Your first and second place teams get byes, like the way the NFL used to have their playoff field. And right now it's looking like the Mets and Reds are in control of that. And then the winner of the Red Sox-Oakland series will probably be get a bye. And then it all depends on how the White Sox and the Indians play, who gets the number 2 seed. And that could possibly still be up for grabs moving into the 3rd round of the tournament. And that's it for this video. Thanks for checking it out, folks. We'll see you next time.